5. Completing games is not in the cards as the three guys meet up for a friend's wedding, but we did get together to try out the Oculus Rift. We're going to give our impressions. If you have a Nintendo Wii U or a 3DS, then Humble Bundle is for you, and Steam reduces prices for anime titles. All this and more coming up on Episode 5 of...
The Pile of Shame.
Gamers of all kinds, we know the struggle. That overwhelming pile of games to still beat. Conquer the pile. Don't quit. Today's April 28th, 2016. My name's Rob. I'm going to be your host for the support group. I go by Chai T out there in the gamer world, and with me tonight to help encourage you to keep up the fight against that growing pile are my co-hosts. Going first to Pete, joined by also co-host Oculus Rift.
Hello, that's Oculus. Yeah, how's it going? I'm doing this recording through virtual desktop just to experiment a little bit. We'll see how it goes
later. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, or now. I could that would be great for the viewers, right?
Oh man! And also returning co-host Ted. How you doing, sir?
Doing well. How are you? Oh wait, no, I'm not supposed to say that.
Right.
I'm doing well.
It has been a few weeks since we've seen you. One thing after another.
It's been ridiculous.
Yes.
This is stupid. We need to start beating games again, guys. Not to spoil the episode.
Spoilers. God.
Oh man, we have definitely been keeping busy by not playing video games, or so. Let's go ahead.
It's productivity stuff, anyway.
Right. No kidding. All right, well, let's get right into it.
Cart is not moving!
No, it's not moving at all.
That is very, very true, isn't it? Oh my gosh.
All right, Pete, what's been keeping you?
Well, I guess there's one thing the three of us have in common again this time, which was wedding.
Yep.
So we had our wedding this past Saturday. If you're watching the video, you might notice boxes. I don't know if that shows up in the stream, but
yeah.
I'm also busy packing up to move out of my place, and then on top of that, work and all of that jazz. So it's just not been a good time for gaming.
No.
It's depressing. I haven't even been able to use the Oculus as much as I wanted. I mean, when you guys were out here, that was the most I got to actually play with it. Yeah, right?
All right, Ted, what's been keeping you from gaming?
Well, there was the wedding, and Pete, I'm surprised you downplayed it. I mean, the three guys getting married has got to be a first in America. I'm kidding.
That's right.
Yeah, you did say our wedding. I was like, that's not going to confuse anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of us was getting
guys.
married. Yeah. Anyway, aside from that, it's been work and also work, but mostly work.
Also work. Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
lots of work. But you're not on travel. You've been local?
I've been local. Yeah, it's just been that time of year, so.
Oh, that time of the month. I see.
I didn't say that.
Our wedding. I don't know.
Oh man, yeah. So I was out in Seattle last weekend, so that sapped a lot of my gaming time. When you're not near your gaming PC, it kind of defeats the purpose. I did get to play a little bit of a iPad game called Plague Inc. Have you guys seen that?
No.
What the heck is it?
So it's modeled. They put real world like virus and bacterial models in, but they gamified it. So you start off as a virus and you like evolve yourself to be more air transmittable or transmittable by livestock, something like that. And your goal is to wipe out all of humanity. It's actually really difficult. I've only won a few times on casual mode, so it's a tricky.
Is this the same as the board game? Like, there's the.
No, that's
what the heck
Pandemic
is that?
that you're thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a very similar concept, but
Right. Yeah. This time it's like what fights against you is the nations, depending on how virulent you get and how like much damage and chaos and killing that you do. they'll
Mm-hmm.
start working on a cure faster and faster. So if you like, a good strategy is to try to just become spreadable but not have many symptoms. And
Yeah, yeah.
so you infect everybody, and then you ramp up the damage that you do. So it's
Murderitude.
right, your murderitude. So yeah, that was kind of fun. I played that on the airplane, so that was good. Overwatch has kept me from playing as well. There was a Overwatch stress test beta a couple weeks ago, and I got in on that a lot, so that kept me from playing other games. And that will be coming up a little bit later too. We'll chat about that. Let's see, Final Fantasy 14. Been playing that as well. Trying to just level up slowly and playing that casually with my wife. And so very, very slow going. It's a fun game. It's fun to kill time in. And
Had you played that before you did back in college or something,
that was
right? Or
Final
when
Fantasy
did?
11, which 14
All right.
is based off of, but is a completely different game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that shows how much I've been paying attention.
Right.
Apparently.
And then Rocket League. Listeners to the show will know I bring this up every time, but there's been a new addition to the game. Basketball has joined.
Yeah.
In. So Rocket League Hoops. That one requires a very different mindset than what you usually play, because in the soccer version and even the ice hockey version, usually the strategy is run at the ball or puck as fast as you can, hit it as hard as you can, and cross your fingers. In basketball, you do that, you will usually end up scoring on yourself. So
Great.
it's
All right.
all about finesse and just light taps trying to get up and over the rim. If you hit it too hard, it's just going to bounce over the other side, and that's bad news. So it's a different play, a lot more aerial play, a lot more corner play. So it's I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. If you guys tried
Nice.
out, I forget who all was there in game night.
No, unfortunately, I didn't make it, but I'm very, very curious to see how it plays. It sounds interesting.
Yeah, I think Ted was
Yeah,
there.
I think I was there, and I definitely agree. It's interesting. I think they need to release a bigger map for it and put it in 3v3 mode.
Right, yeah. The normal one is 2v2. We were playing it 3v3, so that made it a little bit more chaotic. I can only imagine
Yeah.
4v4 on that. Oh, man.
Is it a pretty small map? I mean, what's
it's probably about half of the overall size of the other maps.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That would get pretty crazy.
Yeah, it gets pretty nuts, and most of your area and most of each area is taken up by the hoop, so you don't have a ton of space to drive around.
Is it pretty huge? I guess I have no idea what the
hoop
concept
is-
of everything is.
Yeah, the hoop is fairly large. It sets up about probably 10 feet off the ground. So you have to, if you do a double jump, you can clear it. But there's a kind of a net ramp. So if the ball hits the ramp, it will go up, and with enough momentum, it will actually go into the net if you get a nice direct hit. But if it's got, and that's only if it's rolling on the ground. If it's coming at it from the air, it will bounce off. But you drive through that. Like, the only part is the actual rim you will bounce off of, and you can drive on it and get stuck on it like I always do. But the net, the ball will hit the net, but you won't, and you'll keep going through.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. I thought it was all going to be just like a ramp that you,
No.
just some weird funnel coming up out of the ground that you drive up. But
No. Yeah.
ghost net. All
Ghost
right.
net. And so you can get some really interesting pinches off of that net, and it's like, because your momentum keeps going, if the ball doesn't, and they can just fly out of there.
I'll be very curious to try this out then. I will suck at it because I'm bad at aerials, but hey, I'm bad at everything in Rocket League, so.
Just takes time. I would play the chipping at the pile sounder, but none of us completed a game, so
This is such a sad day.
we'll just kind of skip that one.
Wah, wah.
All right. Well, let's figure out what we have been playing. All right, so we'll do the group discussion and come back to the individual stuff. As we mentioned before, when all of us were in the area last week, we stopped by and played around the Oculus Rift, and we actually have a video on the Twitch channel, actually on Fighting Vipers Twitch channel. We'll work on getting that on YouTube.
Oops.
We made an oops there, but we all played through a kind of what was that called? Dream something?
I think it's called Dream Deck VR.
Dream Deck, yeah. So it kind of goes through these different, what would you call it, scenarios or?
They're just like,
vignettes.
yeah, they're like little VR vignettes, right?
Right.
And it's just sort of like, here's a bunch of concepts that give you an idea of what this brings to the game.
So there's some good comedic value in there as I nearly fall over from losing my orientation and punch my friend in the throat.
The throat punch.
Yes, which unfortunately
To be
was
fair,
not
he
a
didn't
very
see it
good
coming.
angle.
That's it was a learning experience in that now I know I need like 3 different cameras set up in here so I can capture any bodily harm that's inflicted during the
Yes.
course of virtual reality stuff. So
Yeah, that's right. Don't give us more room. Just set up more cameras so that when we fail, you can capture it, right?
yeah, basically. Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so let's kind of give our breakdowns of how this went. And off stream, we did play a few more games as well, and that one gave me a very different take than I gave in the video. So after the VR vignettes, my take was, I have to get this. It is, until you actually get in and experience it, you don't understand the scale and how well it actually tracks your head movement. So you're able to, you feel like you're there. You lose your concept. There was one, you lose your concept of reality. I should finish my sentences before going on to the next one. So there was one that you were on a skyscraper and you were at the very edge and you can look over the skyscraper and look down. And I've got kind of a fear of heights, but I wasn't. My brain kicked in and said, "Yeah, this isn't real, so don't worry about it." And so I like tried to go up to the edge and look over. I tried to go over to the right side edge, and the Oculus went off of sensor range, and so my body kept going, but the VR experience stopped. Like my VR body stopped, and that threw me into vertigo. Like I was about ready to fall over, and I quickly centered myself back again and corrected it. But it's crazy how it can screw with your mind that way. Ted, what were your thoughts after experiencing it?
It was smoother than I had anticipated. I didn't try without my glasses. You can see from the stream picture, or you can just trust me, but I do wear glasses. I probably should have tried without my glasses. When I did wear it with the glasses, just to repeat, I was wearing glasses. I didn't adjust it correctly, so it was a little bit painful. And so I think the headset, you got to be cognizant of how it's resting and where it's. Where the supports are, or else it can be a little painful. But even with that, it was quite enjoyable.
Yeah, I had to definitely adjust my glasses. I tried it without, and it just wasn't focusing for me. So I had to put the glasses back on. And it's weird because I'm nearsighted, so it's doing something weird because it's even though it's like 3 inches from your face, it's still moving the pupils, like the different images enough where your brain sees it as a far sight, and so it still blurs. It's really weird how that works, but it does. When I put it on with my glasses, I definitely had to really adjust and move my glasses up and down my face and get it to just the right angle where everything, all the light hit, and it wasn't scrunching my nose. So it's something to definitely keep in mind. For those of you with glasses, if you're planning on getting one of those, get a contact exam. It will probably help you out a lot.
Yeah, no kidding. It's true enough. Wearing glasses with this thing sucks. Like you can do it, but it is suboptimal.
Right. So what was your experience with the Dream Deck?
I don't know. It's a neat like proof of concept sort of thing. And since I hadn't done too much, I played a little bit of Adrift, which was the space game, where it's all sort of slow movement. You float around, and but really the only control your head does is you look around, right? But you're doing the controller, and so after a while doing that, I started feeling a little queasy. I'm like, oh, that's not good. So I stopped. But with the Dream Deck, where it's actually, I guess it cemented in my mind that like the room scale VR, like the Vive, that's going to be, I think, the most comfortable if your body can be the controller kind of thing. Because as long as your inner ear and what your VR is telling you match up, you're going to have a much better day than, like, as you were mentioning, when we played games afterwards, where it just didn't end well. But yeah, the Dream Deck is an awesome way to get introduced to it, and I especially like the little paper cutout one, just where it was like, it didn't even try and be super realistic. It was just this stylized tiny world, like a little I can't think, diorama kind of thing.
Right.
And it just like it felt like I was there. That was the one that got me for some reason, more than like the T-Rex walking up or whatever, which was pretty cool too. But I don't know. That was very cool stuff. But yeah, I'm curious how actual gaming is going to work out with it as we ran into.
Yeah, and I wonder what the percentage is, because I know I get motion sick myself easily. So I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know if you get motion sick at all, Pete, normally.
It's not usually a huge issue, but yeah, I'm sort of wondering. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm curious if we could take, like, I don't know, what's the medication for motion sickness? I can't think of it now. There we go. I don't know if you can take something like that to make it easier, but it's still just, it's going to be messed up.
Yeah, I was even just playing a platformer. It's where I wasn't even in first person, but I was controlling the character jumping around, and when you looked, you got to look around the level and stuff like that. It seemed like that shouldn't be too much of an issue, but as the character jumped around, the camera shifted. The camera kind of followed the character a little bit. So my body was saying, you're sitting down, but my eyes were telling me you're moving, and that made my inner ear go, I hate you, and I want to throw up. So I only got to play it probably about 5 minutes before I was like, nope, I'm tapping out. I'm done.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and that was the same. I played some of Dread Halls. I think you played Lucky's Tale, was it?
Lucky's Tale, yeah.
Yeah, Dread Halls was like a first-person horror game, so I was very excited for it. But yeah, man, when you're using a controller to move and look, in addition to the fact that you can move your head, it's just, it took me probably 5 or 10 minutes, kind of like you, and then I was like, I'm gonna need a bucket, or I should stop.
Yeah, makes me sad. I'm holding out hope for the Vive, and I'll wait for your review on that before I plunk down any money. But I'm glad I tried out something besides just the Dream Deck, because I was totally sold on it until I actually picked up the controller and said, so.
Yep. Yeah. So that's why I'm hopeful for the Vive. We'll see. Like I said, I'll let you guys know.
Right. All right. Well, Ted, what have you been playing besides Oculus?
No comment.
Okay.
Oh, what? Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I haven't been doing anything. No, it's just, a little bit of Civ 5 and Rocket League, of course. And, I think we tried, was it Insurgency?
Right.
On Tuesday?
Yep.
And, yeah, that's been it. I have been an awful pile of shamer and not even launching another game. So,
Yeah, it happens.
All right. Well, I have been still slowly working through Ori and the Blind Forest. I've been having issues with my PC recently where I can't seem to stream very well. It will cause everything to slow down the frame rate enough that it throws me off, especially on a platformer which requires precise jumps. It'll throw the frame rate off enough where it's just not fun. So I kind of stopped streaming. I'm going to be trying some stuff with like installing Windows 10 on an SSD and not installing anything else and see if that helps fix the issue. So hopefully I'll be streaming some of that again. But I'm about a third of the way through. The game has gotten a lot more pretty, and that's what I said last time. But the mechanics, it slowly gives you more and more mechanics unless you kind of choose the path you want to go. And there was one section which required you to suddenly just run for your life, and you couldn't save on the way through, so you couldn't get to like a checkpoint. There was no checkpoints. So I got, on my third run, I got all the way to the top, except for I just missed a jump and died. And that took me another like 6 or 7 times, probably closer to 10 times, to actually finish it off. And when I got to the top and made the final jump, I was like, wait, that was it? God, fuck!
The very last one, huh?
Right?
Man.
I was like, oh, it's right there. Oh,
That's brutal. Yeah.
So I also wanted to talk about The Division. We've played that before. You know, we've all beat it. We'll count that as beat on the pile. But
Yeah.
they've come up with some additional things to play. But it's
Oh my.
very difficult.
Yeah.
Unless you outgear the content, and B, it's difficult because you can't outgear the content if you haven't already outgeared the content. If you don't have a team that you're running with, like a static team, you try to do the matchmaking thing and they'll just drop you because you're not high enough.
Yeah.
And so it's making things very difficult. And to make things worse, where you can get the best gear in the Dark Zone, hackers are rampant. Just absolutely rampant right now. And Ubisoft is doing very little to take care of it. I actually saw a thread today on Reddit that had hackers. There was a hacker forum that someone took a screenshot of. Were complaining about other hackers. It's like, I've got this aimbot, but it's like I can't get in and kill anybody because I get insta-killed by someone else using another better aimbot. It's like, God.
Yeah, my goodness, it's pretty unbelievable. I guess I've spent very little time in the Dark Zone, so I haven't run it. I mean, I guess the only times I've been in there, I get steamrolled by other players anyway. But yeah, now that they introduced this gear level thing too, which I don't know. I guess I'm okay with the concept, but I'm bummed because if I use my level 29 gear, that's better than some of my 30 gear. I don't get any points for it, so it drops my level down. I don't know. It's kind of a bit arbitrary and dumb in that way. It's like you have to have top level stuff.
Yeah, and it divides the players, like divides friends. So I can't join like yours because I'm over 160 and you're under 160, and we can't play together in the Dark Zone. So the main issue with it is that they're not going to be able to really fix the hacks and the cheaters unless they completely rewrite the game, because they are using the 1990s technology of client-side trust. So the client will send the information to the server and says, hey, I shot that dude for this much damage. And the server goes, oh, okay, let me check to see if he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. You did 200 million damage for when he's got 10,000 health. Okay. Yep, he's dead. So
I didn't realize how much. I guess that they're doing a lot of the number crunching on the client side.
Yeah,
then
most of it's client side, and so people are doing speed hacks, aimbots, you name it, because they just access the memory as it's being created and modify it in. It's trivial to do for these hackers. So it's bad news.
Bummer.
Yeah. So we
Guess we'll see how much longer we can put up with that.
right. So while we did recommend to pick up the Division because it was fun to play through, and I would still say that we do recommend it as long as you don't go into the dark zone.
Oh.
I can't say that I would recommend ever picking up any of the DLC. I would say play through the Division, call it good.
Is the DLC all like Dark Zone and what is it? It's going to be the
incursions and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's right. I want to say insurgent, but I'm like, no, that's not even a word.
Yeah, it's all going to be kind of different incursions and a lot of Dark Zone stuff, but just nope. Nope.
Yeah, that was really just incredibly hard. I mean, I'm sure lots of people beat it, and I'm sure there's a strategy that works. But when we played that APC, it was like,
yeah, I haven't even
we just kept throwing bodies at it.
Yeah. So, there's that. Let's see, Pete, what have you been up to?
Oh my gosh, with all the packing and weddings and junk like that, I really haven't played anything except the Oculus stuff when you guys were out here. I don't think I've even launched anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Pile of shame, man. It keeps growing,
Yeah, it's pathetic, but my promise to you is before the next time I'm going to play some Lost Planet 3 because I'm like 90% done with that, so that's like the pile of shame cheat.
Right.
I'm going to hack.
Pick a game that you've mostly completed. It's like, I beat it. Even though I played most of it 2 years ago.
That's right. Yep, took me about 30 minutes. Yeah, real rewarding experience. Oh my gosh.
All right, well, let's see what we added to the pile. Let's see. For me, I just added Legend of Korra. So that has been added.
I didn't realize you got that.
Yeah, it's part of the Steam sale that we'll actually be talking about a little bit later. So it was on sale for like $3. So I was like, done.
It's like a brawler kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like an action RPG type thing.
Yeah.
But it's a story within the Korra universe, and since Korra's over, and I was a huge fan of the series, it'd be nice to play another story written by the writers in that universe. So that'll be fun.
Is it like post-series, or is it like in the middle somewhere, or does
that I'm not sure. It seems like it's in the middle.
Okay.
Looks like it's a side story, but I'll have to check because I actually think it came out before the series was over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize they had a Korra game, so that's kind of cool. Yeah. Is it supposed to be good?
Yeah, it's
have you heard?
On Steam? It's marked as very positive. So it looks like they did okay. It looks like it's got a mix of animated cutscenes, and then when you're playing, it's kind of like a cell shaded type thing. And you play as Korra, and you control the elements and do all sorts of fun combos and stuff that way. So I'm looking forward to that.
Nice. All right.
And then let's see. Didn't add anything else to the pile, but Overwatch will be coming out.
Yes, coming soon.
Yes.
To PCs near us.
Yeah. So did you guys get to play in the open beta at all? Or not the open beta,
I got
stress
to play.
Test. Yeah.
I played with well, actually I think you might have signed off at that point. I played with Chris for most of the afternoon. Were you on there in the evening?
No, I was
okay.
Okay,
so I must have been playing with Chris until they were supposed to shut it down at like 9 or 9:30.
Right.
I don't know. We just kept playing until
I played with you for a little bit. That's right. You came in right at the end.
Yeah, so I got to play the afternoon with Chris and then the evening. But yeah, no, I mean I'm pretty excited for it. I liked it a lot better than I thought I would.
Which
but it is Blizzard.
Did you end up playing the most in your short time?
Oh my goodness. Well, I tried to do all of them, and I think I got everybody except Diva. Do I have a favorite? I actually kind of like Zenyatta. he was kind of an interesting, like, you can be a healer, but really it's not, you don't have to micromanage your healing. You just like slap a heal ball on somebody, and
Right?
I'm sure that's the technical name.
Yes, I'm
But
pretty sure it's called a heal ball. So you got that right.
so you slap your heal balls all over people, and then you go do your thing. And yeah, anyway, I think I enjoyed him probably. I
Okay.
don't know.
Yeah, Zenyatta's pretty fun to play. I lean towards Diva as my default option. But then I've taken a liking to May. And
Yes.
were you there for our all May run?
Yes, that was amazing. We were all slapping up those ice walls. It was like, yeah, I can't imagine what the other people were thinking at that point.
It was just like, I think it was a capture point, and it was just as they were coming up, we were just like ice wall, and then they're like, all right, wait for them to come down. Oh, another ice wall, all right. Okay,
Well, I guess
break
those were
through.
we were
We're
doing
going-
bots,
Yeah,
right?
we were playing in spots. Yeah. All right, we'll run for the capture ice.
Yeah, that was. I just remember like trapping in. What the heck was that one? There's like a little gazebo
Right.
and dropped an ice wall and trapped a dude in the corner. And it was like, oh well, we can't do anything. He can't do anything. It's just sort of like a timer until everybody goes crazy. But
Right.
I don't know. That was very. She was very entertaining too.
Yeah. May is a lot of fun. So open beta starts May 5th through May 9th. So if you haven't got a chance to play this, you will have a chance to play it. If you pre-order the game, then you can get early access to the beta May 3rd. So starting May 3rd, you can get in for it. And if you like to eat fast food, Taco Bell is actually doing a promotion right now for Overwatch. If you buy a large drink, you can win the game and a Razer headset before the game even launches. So you can get in there and do that.
Oh man, I'm gonna eat so many chalupas.
You just have to get a drink, man. But yeah, go for the chalupa, I guess.
All right, sorry, I'll put them in a cup. I don't know.
Oh, jeez. So Ted, you going to get in on
Yeah.
Overwatch?
I didn't get into the beta. I'm thinking about getting it, but I haven't really decided yet. I'll probably wait for about a week after you guys get it to see whether it's worth the money.
Well,
Which it sounds like it will be, but
hop into the open
let
beta
me-
May 5th through the 9th. It'll be free to play.
I will, because I didn't get into the closed one. The one that I'm really looking forward to though is Mirror's Edge 2.
Yes.
Or is that Mirror's
So
Edge
I played-
Catalyst? Is that what it's called?
Whatever the next one's
Yeah.
called, yeah. It's just over a month away. I played the original Mirror's Edge back when we were all college, decades and decades ago, and never completed it. And then I picked it up again last year and finally beat it. So, really looking forward to it because I've always liked the concept and the art style. So.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I'm waiting on a Steam sale that will actually impact the games I have on my wish list,
Right.
which apparently are all too new or something to be on the Steam sale. So keep my fingers crossed for the summer sale.
Yeah, summer sale should be starting up in a couple months, so we'll get in on that. All right, Pete, anything you've added to the pile?
This is pretty sad. I didn't put anything on the pile this week either.
Well,
I've
you
just
got
not.
Dreamfall, I guess.
Oh wait, no, that's true. Yeah. So
actually
wait,
paid
no, I
money
guess
for
that's
it.
a lie. Yeah. So Dread Halls,
Oh,
I
yeah.
bought.
Dreamfall, is that what I
That
called
was
it?
Yeah, you did. That sounds a lot more pleasant than like
There's actually a
Pearl
game
Fest
called
or
Dreamfall.
call it.
That was not the one you
Dreamfall?
bought. Yeah, I actually have that in my pile of
Yes.
shame, so.
Really? All right. Well, I'll have to look to see what the heck that is. See if you should be ashamed that you admitted that or not. But yeah, so I guess I added Dread Halls, which I don't think I'm ever going to beat because it makes me want to spew.
It didn't seem like VR was like that important for it, so you could probably just launch it and play it by itself.
Well, yeah, and I don't know. I think maybe the problem is I think it's like a roguelike sort of thing. So the maps are being generated on the fly, and so every level I played, nothing spooky happens, right? So it was like I walked down some halls, I got nauseous, I found the thing I need to beat the level, I go back, okay, next level, It's like There's nothing here.
Yeah, the only remotely creepy thing I saw when you were playing was that you walked up to a mirror or something like that, and all of a sudden a face appeared on it and asked
Oh,
you
yeah.
to give your fortune or something like that. So
Yeah, right. I defeated coins like a freaking parking meter or something, and it was like, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a face on a wall. Goodbye.
all right. Well, are there any games coming out in the next few weeks that you're interested in?
Well, Mirror's Edge 2 is probably the top one for me that I can think of right now as well. The first one of those just that blew me away, and that kind of got me interested as well in I tried speed running some of that and like legitimately not using some of the crazy glitches they have,
Right.
but there's just such incredible routes that you can do where after you played through the game once or twice, you look at it and you're like, oh yeah, I can see that I could just like bounce off some of these things, and now I'm on the building a lot faster than shimmying around a wall or whatever.
Right.
So it's just it'll be very exciting, and I think Black Ops 3, that's the one with the parkour stuff, right? Was it 4? Wait, they're on 3, right?
I lost.
I don't remember.
track
The most
after
recent
Modern
one.
Warfare of that series.
Well, I got excited about that because it had like the free running stuff, and then I really didn't like it. So I'm excited to have a free running game where I will enjoy it. I
Yeah,
hope.
hopefully they're focusing a lot more on the free running and the parkour than they are the shooting and stuff this time. So that'll be good.
Well, it was pretty minimal in the first game too,
Right.
but yeah. Anyway,
Right.
Preparing to dispense product. Your business is appreciated.
All right. If you have a Nintendo Wii U or a Nintendo 3DS, you may want to look at the Humble Bundle now, because until May 10th, they've got a number of pretty good games on there. So let's see. If you pay just $1, you can get Retro City Rampage DX, Affordable Space Adventures, and Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. If you pay $13, you also get Super Street Fighter 4 3D Edition for the 3DS and Darksiders 2 for the Wii U. And if you pay more than $9.75 above the average, you also get Freedom Planet, Rhythm Thief and the Emperor's Treasure, Citizens of Earth, and the Retro City Rampage DX Nintendo 3DS home menu theme.
totally worth it, I'm
Yes.
certain.
And more games coming soon, as they always have. So I don't have a 3DS or a Wii U, so this doesn't help me at all. But good.
Yeah, this is not adding to my pile either. I don't have a Wii U, and I think I own most of these other games on the PC. Well, they were the ones I'd be interested
The
in.
ones you can, yeah. So it'd be worth adding to the pile if you have that. And the Steam sale is going on right now for anime games. It's where I picked up Legend of Korra. So a whole bunch.
How did I miss this?
I think it just started. Just started today.
What?
And so every time I was looking around the library, I was looking through each of them, and Pete owns that one. Pete owns that one. Pete owns that one. Pete owns that one. Okay.
Okay, so maybe it won't be as dangerous for me as I
No.
thought it would be. Oh my gosh. Well, I still have to take a look because Korra. I'm gonna add that one to the pile as well. There.
Yeah, and then there's
my gosh.
a whole bunch of JRPGs, a whole bunch of romance novel simulators, a whole bunch of the what they call bullet hell games. Tons of
Yeah.
those. So they're all on there.
Well, this is like a dream come true.
Right. Yeah, a ton of them on there very cheap. One thing that annoys me about the Steam sales is like you'll see the list of games. You'll click on one of them to kind of figure out more about it, and then you'll go back and they'll have rearranged all the tiles.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
sort of bogus that way.
I'm like, which ones have I looked at? I'm very confused now.
You can still like middle click on it or right click and do open a new window, and it'll pop open a separate window so you don't lose your
Okay.
context in the old one.
I mean,
I know I do that now, but sometimes it freaks out anyway.
Right. Yeah, I'll have to do that. All right. Well, let's see. Are you planning to stream, Pete?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Apparently Lost Planet 3, because that's the one I have to beat before we meet up again. And I'm mostly done with it. You can watch me try and find that last freaking creature I have to get for this. You got to tag the animals to add them to this encyclopedia. I'm missing one, and that's what's kept me from beating the game so far, because I haven't found
To
it.
find that animal. Okay.
Yeah, well, I have to. I have to do it, man. So you'll see some of that, and then probably some other garbage games if I can bring myself to play them.
All right. Well, I will stream Ori and the Blind Forest if I can get the streaming thing to work right, and some Overwatch again if I can get it to work right.
Yeah.
And then I haven't decided what I'm going to play next, but we'll see. All right, Ted, how about you?
Well, as Yoda said, stream or stream not. There is no plan. Which is to say, every time I plan to stream, I don't. So I'm just going to commit to doing it at some point, and I'm not going to tell you when.
You'll just
Ooh,
show up.
mysterious.
All right.
Yeah. So now, Pete, I might drag you into it. I may not. Miles, you too. You're invited. But yeah, I'm not going to make a plan because I'm apparently bad at planning. So
All right, I'm here for you, man.
thanks. It's a nice personal support group, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, if you'd like to game with us, you can find links to all of our different gaming profiles and more in the show notes of each episode at poshame.com. All right, and to get in contact with the show, you can email us at show@poshame.com. And Pete, how can everyone best reach us?
You can follow us on Twitter. Rob is at WowMonk. I myself am at Fighting Viper. Ted is at Periclean with a K. And like I said, you can follow the show at POShame.
All right, conquer the pile, don't quit, and we'll be back in a couple weeks with more games to add to the pile. Until then, don't get smothered by your pile of shame. Good night, everybody.
Hasta la vista.
Now I need to find the D20 crit.
I was going to say, where's the creepy kid?
Working on it.
Bring us the creepy kid.
Where is it? Oh, God.
We need it.
My soundboard is broken.
Quick time.
Damn you, quick time. All right. All right, here we go.
I rolled a 20.
That didn't work. All right.
I was going to say, I don't hear anything, but...
Open with VLC. Oh, volume up. Try this again.
I rolled a 20.
There we go. All right. LOL.
Great success.